What's
Okay,
your name?
wow. So my first name is Levi. I think everyone knows that.
And do you have a Vietnamese name?
Levi is my Vietnamese name.
It's not Vietnamese, is
It
it?
is Vietnamese.
I've never
Levi.
Levi, huh? But not with the I. Where was home? Home.
Germany before.
Where in Germany?
I was living in Berlin before for like quite a while because I was studying there.
Which is like the fashion
Techno.
and house DJ scene.
Techno scene.
Techno scene.
Yeah.
Tell us more. So how did your parents get to Germany?
So my parents first they went to Russia, and then after that they came to Germany.
And what year?
When I was born, they came to Germany, so 91, and before that they were in Russia.
You were born in Germany,
I was
not
born in
Vietnam. Okay.
I was born in Germany, and but that was just when my parents came to Germany. So I was like, but before that they were in Russia, and before that they were in Vietnam. So I was born in Bavaria, also in the south, and then after at like university time, I was like, okay, before university, I was like, I think I want to go to a bigger city, and I had different choices, and then I decided to go to Berlin.
So growing up, I would assume most people in Germany are not Vietnamese.
Yeah, so because it was like such a small town, my family and I, we were like not the only ones, but kind of like one of the few families in that town, and I only had German friends,
So
except
you
like kids of like the daughters and sons of friends of my parents,
Gotcha. So did you ever feel like I don't look like them?
like the Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always the shortest,
Yeah.
always the smallest, and yeah, they were always like better, you know.
In what way?
Not better, but like faster in sports, or I mean, I was good at school, but they were always, you know.
Yeah.
I think, but I didn't mind because I got along with most of them. Yeah,
So
and I had good German friends.
I talked about that as a sense of like, did you know you're Asian? Do you know you're Vietnamese?
Sorry.
Did you know you're Vietnamese? Like you're like I am Vietnamese, even though I was in Germany.
I think my parents really like emphasis on that. Like at home we speak Vietnamese, we eat Vietnamese food. On the weekend we visit our Vietnamese friends around town. You know, I grew up quite Vietnamese actually, and every day, every night we have dinner together. We have to cook together. You have to clean up on the weekend. You know, I think I didn't really have like a Vietnamese school. I didn't learn Vietnamese at school in Germany, but our home was the school of Vietnamese culture, I think.
So you learn just at home.
Yeah, I just learned at home with my parents.
So do you know how to đánh vần không?
Cũng biết đánh vần, nhưng mà
Wow, good. That's very good.
nhưng mà like it takes longer, you know. I can't like write like an essay in Vietnamese, but I chat with my mom in Vietnamese, and but I still wish I learned Vietnamese when I was a kid. Because now learning Vietnamese, I could do it, but it just takes so much longer.
So
I
much
think
more. It's more difficult.
more difficult.
'Cause
Now my brain is like,
Because it's wired a certain way.
yeah, I don't know, and that's the only thing I regret, and honestly, because like in school we learn French, you know, we learn English, and that's flowing. I can speak French, I can write in French, but writing in Vietnamese, I'm always like, đánh vần, sắc hoặc
So when you think, do you think in what language do you think in your brain? Like when you talk to
German.
yourself, it's German.
Wait, let me think. Honestly, I don't know. I'm confused. That's I think in German. Like it's just natural, I think.
Okay, so going through the school system
Yeah.
in Germany, were you ever like faced any hardships? Like were you bullied for being a minority, or did you always like, I fit in, I'm just one of you guys? Besides being shorter and like, did you just feel like you belonged?
I think I felt like I belonged, but there was of course moments where not you get bullied, but there's like, you know, like this ching chang chong, you know. Do you have this in Canada?
Yeah, like white people do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot. Because like where I'm from is like Bavaria, it's like the south of Germany. It's like very traditional German, and they don't know Asians like us, you know, or Vietnamese people. So they think like, oh, ching chang chong, it's so funny, but it's not funny, you know.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It wasn't that often, but there were of course moments when you feel you don't belong, but I was never the kind of rebellious person in that way. I always tried to belong to like kind of like be part of, you know, like communities, like German community, and you know, but I think that's why when we met up with like Vietnamese families with our parents, I think that's when you kind of connect to Vietnamese culture, and that gives you kind of like more security. Okay, this German part of me is not everything. It's just a part of me. I still have something much bigger, deeper that they don't know, but I have it. And I think that as a kid, I think that gave me strength too.
Did you ever want to get rid of the Vietnamese part, or did you already knew
No.
that was like a? Did you ever try to be more German?
I think there was always like when you, for example, you're like not get grounded, but you want to really go out with your friends. It's like you want to go out clubbing with them until 2 a.m. And the German parents are super chill, and the Vietnamese parents, they're like, be home at 9 p.m. And then you're like, I kind of want to go out. I want to not be more German, but I wish my parents were less strict with me back then.
Where's your parents from?
My parents are from the north.
Tanpo now.
Hanoi. My mom's from Hanoi, so we grew up like quite northern.
Yeah.
And I think northern parents are quite not stricter, but
Stricter.
they're like, I think when I was like a teenager or when I was small, my parents were really strict with me.
Do you have siblings?
The older brother, who was so lucky to have, because he helped me a lot, like not to sneak out, but he helped me, and he was always there for me. So yeah.
So tell us more about how was like school, work?
School and work.
Yeah. Like after like going through high school, university.
So university was kind of like my way to move away from Bavaria. So I moved to Berlin to study business, and I think that was like for me a life-changing moment, because first of all I moved to a big city, start my first like time of university, which I
What did you
loved, international business in Berlin, and that was the moment for the first time I've met like my really like strong Vietnamese friends, that I have still until now. So we were like, it was like a course of students, and it was like we were 7 Vietnamese Germans, and we bonded immediately. Like we became like a family, and with them I spent 4 years of university. And I think that was also the moment when I really started to go deep into Vietnamese culture, because I had those friends, and I was at this age where I understood, like the importance of like really discovering your roots. We were always hanging out together, cooking Vietnamese food together, going to Dong Xuan Center in Berlin. I don't know if you know that. It's like a center of where you only have Vietnamese restaurants and stores. And on the weekend, like after clubbing, we would go there together, eat pho, and it was such a blast. Or we would travel to Vietnam together. It was like a time where I really, went deep into discover my Vietnamese roots, I guess. Yeah.
Did you get along with your parents, or did you like understand them growing up?
Of course, I actually always got along with them, except sometimes you have a fight with them, but I got along with them really well when I moved away, and then we became like besties. Like my mom is honestly my absolute bestie. We can talk about she talks about everything with me, and I really like love her. And my dad, yeah, we always had like okay relationship, because I think as a Vietnamese kid, you just have to listen to your parents. It's like cool guy. She's like, yeah. And then sometimes, of course, I would like say something, but then it's better, I think, when you just, yeah, okay, parents have their reason. They're parents. They only want the best for us. And I think I understood it more when I grew up and when I moved to Berlin, and then that's also the moment when they understood, okay, we can't control her much. We have to let her free. And now they really, support what I do.
So when you said like understanding more of your roots,
Yeah.
can you help us understand more?
I think growing up at home, I think I knew I was Vietnamese, because it was told, yeah, you have to be cái này phải người Việt Nam như này, or like it's more like you got told.
Người Việt Nam là sao?
No, kiểu for example, like no, người Đức, mình không phải là người Đức, mình là người Việt Nam. We are not German.
Your parents would say that.
Yeah.
But in
I
what
am
context?
German.
In what context?
For example, like if some German parents allowed something, and I wasn't allowed to do that. Like, yeah, but you're not German. You're Vietnamese. And I think that's, as a kid, you're like, yeah, okay, I know I'm Vietnamese, but I'm also German, And you understand it, but it's not like you don't fully acknowledge it. You're like, okay, yeah. But when you're out, you're by yourself, you're going out into this world, you meet like-minded people that also have the same background. And you kind of freely discover that, who you are, you know, like you have a stamp here Vietnamese, and then you can really feel it and live it. I think that's the difference. Not like before you had to, not forced on you, but I think it's different when you discover your culture on your own, and you can do
It's
it
not forced upon you.
forced upon. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was forced upon me. It was just like how education works, right? When you're at home, you get educated how Vietnamese culture works, and I think it's good because without this foundation, I wouldn't be here. Maybe.
You study international business.
Yeah.
How does that lead into DJing?
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, yeah, that's good. So many factors. I think I thought about it before I came here because I knew kind of this would come up. So, I mean, so music has always kind of been part of me or part of like what I like, but I think I never really, when I was growing up, I never really felt, oh, I need to fulfill like, you know, my dream of becoming someone, something, but you just want to go this way of like, go to school, you know, you go to university.
Sort of like a traditional path.
I'm kind of traditional in that way. I think it's because of my parents also, and because I wanted that too, you know. I wanted to finish my university, and it was one of the best times of my life. I would never, I would have always, I would always do it again to go this way. And I think Berlin also influenced me a lot. My friends there, we went like, you know, going to techno clubs, discovering, you know, this
So
techno
7 in the
culture.
morning, 8 in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? I mean, I think that's, yeah, it was good. But that's why, like, I think Vietnamese Germans, we were like, we would go out, go crazy, but then we would go home and study, you know? We'd be like, we cannot fail this, you know? We have to be good at this. I would never be like, yeah, we're gonna become a DJ, you know? I think I was so in my corporate kind of like business thing. I wanna, you know, do this. And then I did an internship in Vietnam at MTV in Saigon.
What were you doing?
It was like marketing, events, and it was mostly events.
Okay.
We did events. It was so much fun. Shout out to MT Vietnam team. I love you guys, honestly.
Are they still around?
Yeah, they're here. They're in Saigon.
Really cool.
Yeah, I see some of them sometimes still. That was like 11 years ago, and I think that was the moment when I was falling in love with Saigon so much, because before I only went to Hanoi to see my family, you know, like to go eat and stuff. Saigon was crazy. So we went out, like we worked and then would go out in the evening, like bond so much. And it was for 3 months. And when I left, I was so sad. I said to myself, I have to come back here. But that was during my university time. So I had to go back to Germany to finish university, priority, right? And then I went back to Germany, finished my university, but then life happens. So I didn't really come back to Vietnam, of course. But I came back for holidays, but not really to live, right?
Just a vacation.
Just vacation.
Like a month?
Like a month, yeah, like all of us do, right?
Yeah,
Did
all
you
of us.
also
Yes,
go?
yes.
How often? Like how
Like
long?
3 weeks, a month.
Love it. It's so good, no?
Yeah.
Like food, party.
But then you would come back, and then life in Germany would be so much
It's so
contrast.
different. It's so different. So, right? It's so hard to come back from Vietnam to back to Germany. It's like, because here it's like a bit like,
Chaos.
not case, I think it's like more like you highly stimulated here. You know? Like it's
Yeah, the chaos. It was a good chaos. It's like the noise, the traffic.
you like all the time you like stimulate
Energy.
energy, a lot of energy. And in Germany it's everything is like, or in Canada probably also.
Peaceful.
Music I started because I came to Vietnam, and then I told you already, I did like events, also like with DJs, and like I kind of always felt like when I came to Vietnam, I have a bigger calling here. You know, I came back here to Vietnam like 4 or 5 years ago.
And you're like, I'm meant to do something big here.
I mean, when you already leave home,
Yeah.
you quit your. So I quit my job. I left my home in Berlin. I said bye to all my friends.
We skipped the chapter. What job?
Oh yeah, quit job. Okay, so I had like
You're working like a corporate job as well.
I had like some corporate jobs before.
Also in like marketing events relation. Or...
No, it was more like in.
Don't tell me finance.
Creative like interior design platform, but it was more like in how you say, like in a sales.
Okay.
In a sales, it was like more like in that way.
Oh.
I loved it, but I loved the people with me. I had fun, but I felt like something bigger is calling.
Yeah.
You know, I've always felt this, but I think there was a moment when I moved so much in my life already, and I felt it's not where I want to be. You know, I feel.
And how long were you at the company? This position.
I was like in Berlin 2 years, and like in London like almost 1.5 years. So I was there for a while.
So that's total of like 3-4 years corporate.
Yeah, corporate, and I liked it. It was just not enough. I felt like, damn, I need to discover something deeper. I need to maybe fulfill my dreams, and I need to just do something crazy. You know, I felt like doing something really crazy, and I think Vietnam has always been for me the place of adventure, of freedom, of breaking boundaries. You know, and I felt
Breaking the habit.
breaking the habit.
Yeah.
The song, you know it?
Yeah. Was there a moment where you're like, F? Or did it was a slow accumulation of like dread where it's like I should be doing something else, but I'm here.
There was no other way because I moved to London already. I lived in, because of my internships. I lived like in different places. It wasn't enough. I don't know. I felt some missing piece is missing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, it was just. I think Vietnam was for me like, okay. It was always a place. People say, oh yeah, they would love to be there. It's so nice. It's so good there, but they wouldn't really move there, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what poked you? Because like it's not you wake up.
I'm a crazy person. I'm not crazy, but I like it. I like to.
So one day you're like, I'm gonna start planning this.
Yeah, I mean, I already. Yeah, I need to do. I need to do it, you know, because I've always wanted to go back. Never really went. But then there's this moment in life when you're like, if I don't do it now, I won't do it ever again. It was like, I was in my mid-20s, whatever. Like, good moment to go, no? And nothing held me back in Berlin anymore. I've stayed there for so long. I really loved it, but I need to just grow and move on. It's the best.
How did your Hanoi parents?
They actually
respond.
So they loved it. They were like, they had nothing to say about it. They were like, okay. I mean, why? But well, go for it, you know? I think after, like, if you finish university, you already worked in a job, you've proven that you're that you're okay, you know, can take decisions. And I think my parents trusted me. They were maybe not like, oh my god, yes, someone. Now they love it, but before they were like, all right, girl, good luck, go for it. So I just took a suitcase, went to Vietnam.
Right away.
Stayed on right away. Visit my grandparents in Hanoi, and then I went to Saigon, and then I started to like meet people immediately. I had like a small network already, but I started to go around, meet everyone, have coffee with everyone. You're like now, like just meet up, very open. Like I was kind of open, you know, open to meet everyone and open to any opportunity. That was also important. I think that's what I highly.
Yes to everything.
Yes, say yes to everything. Like not now, not everything, but kind of when you feel something, just say yes. You know, like meet up, or if someone has something for you to do for work, yeah, just say yes.
So you came to Saigon. Where's the music and DJ cup? We're still trying to.
I mean, it's a long story. That's why we have to. And then
because like if you guys stop watching, we're still at the halfway part. She's a you're full time,
I'm
right?
like full-time DJ.
Yeah, full-time DJ.
I think this is why I think it's good for us to talk, because it's such a not normal way.
Yeah.
So I want to explain and also like make people aware of the fact that nothing is like written in the stars, you know?
Everyone has their own journey.
Everyone has their own journey, and everything is possible in life. You can be anything, you can become anything. Anyways, and then I started to do events. I was like meeting people, and they were like, you know everyone, you can maybe help us with this and that. And then I started to do events and like started to book DJs. And then at some point I was like, I think I can do it also by myself, you know? Like I really love, I've always been the person, if you ask you won't ask them, but my friends from high school, they would know I would always have the music. Like MP3 player, Levi has the music. Burning CDs, we have to ask Levi for that, you know? Or like good playlists, ask Levi. And I was like, I have nothing to lose here. I'm starting over. So I started like back in the days. So when I first came to Vietnam, like 10 years ago, I already did like a small DJ course, but it was like it was like this guy called Adam. Shout out to Adam.
But that wasn't intended to be, I'm going to be a DJ. It's just like something you want to
just
build
like
upon?
Random.
Okay.
Yeah, just never. And then, but this time when I came back here, I was like, I want to become a DJ. I'm going to do the course. So I did the DJ course, like at the DJ school. And then I like studied, like practice. And then I got booked, and then I practiced more and more and more. And then like,
do you still remember that first booking here?
Yeah, it was with Bam Bam.
Or did you always have that like confidence in terms of like, I'm gonna crush this?
I think it's just like you're so euphoric and you have so much adrenaline, and you really want it so badly that it doesn't matter if you think you can do it or not. It just you do it. Like I have no way back. I'm here. I did the course. I got booked, and then more and more jobs came, and it just kind of overcame me a little bit. I didn't expect it, to be honest. Like, to be very frankly speaking, I didn't expect. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like BJ. Never. But what I knew is that I can do it.
Yeah.
This job came. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But then you kind of just jump in. And I think that's just what Vietnam showed me. Like, you have to sometimes just take risks, do crazy things.
So what's next then?
Yeah, I mean, so that's in the stores, I think, for now. But I like to go around also in Asia. I'm ready to explore. And but I think Vietnam is always going to be my base. Saigon, for sure. And that's probably not going to change.
What do you mean people see you as crazy?
No, I think like when people think about DJs, they think about them as like these like party people, crazy ones, just normal people. They love music, they love what they do. It's also a job. It's not like just like partying all night long and like going or traveling the world. I mean, yeah, I love my job, but it's exhausting sometimes too. You have to travel. There's hours, days you don't sleep much. You always have people around you. You're never alone. So I think I love it. It's just like it's also a job. It's tough, but I love it. That's why I'm doing it. And I think I'm not sure where it's gonna take me, but I hope far.
If you think you never came to Vietnam, would you? How much of a different person?
Oh my god, so different. Probably would have still been my job, like working 9 to 5, which is not a bad thing. So just to say that this was also a really good time of my life, and I learned a lot, but it wasn't for me. And going to Vietnam, I think I picked up this entrepreneurial spirit from people, because everyone here has like a business. You know that, right? I have a brand, I have a cafe, and then I'm also having this and then that. And me, I have nothing. I have like no job. I don't even have a job. So I think coming here and seeing how people that live in Vietnam did so much more and are so much younger than me, I felt like, damn, I need to.
Is it FOMO or inspiring?
Both.
It's like, oh my god,
It's
I
everything.
need to do that too.
I mean, I need to. If they can do it, like if you don't do it, who are you? Like you're living in this country now. You need to not adapt, but I felt like I needed to step up the game, and that means taking on different things, different jobs, saying yes to things, and being open. Because people here are so open to everything, and I felt like I wasn't that open. I wasn't ready to face who I really am and what I really want. I don't know who I am still. I don't know, but I'm learning. We're learning day by day, and I think Vietnam has given me a lot of opportunities. You cannot skip a step.
You can't regret working a job you didn't like.
You cannot regret. You have to go through everything. For example, I had to go through university to learn. Okay, you have to work hard to finish something. Like even though it's boring, you don't like it, you have to do it. Or you have to work this job because it just teaches you, to like listen, to learn. And same with like jobs I did in Vietnam. Maybe not great ones sometimes, but
you can always learn.
You can learn, you get connections, you open up, you learn, you get money, like everything is connected. So I think the more opportunities you accept and you do, the more choices and options you have later, And I think it's, yeah.
Okay.
Don't skip a step, guys. Do everything.
Okay. Cảm ơn chị.